Okay, boleh nampak saya punya ni screen?
Boleh.
Boleh, okay. So saya insyaAllah saya akan upload nota ni dalam Google Classroom before next week class. Sebelum Jumaat minggu depan lah. Okay. Okay, so chapter 1 is on introduction lah. Overview of financial management maksudnya intro to financial management. Okay, the word is finance, lepas tu kita tambah dengan management. Okay, so basically it is finance for a corporation. Maksudnya lebih kepada corporate finance, not personal finance. Okay, so kita akan more focus on how to manage finance of a firm, finance of a company, bukannya individual punya finance. But some topic kita akan sentuh juga how to manage individual finance. Okay, tapi tak banyak lah. Okay, let's first look on the definition of finance. Bahasa Melayunya keuangan. Okay, so it is defined as the art and science. There is two words. Art dan juga science. Okay. Art and science of managing money or fund. Ada word money, ada word fund. So basically talking about individual, kita akan refers to individual money. Jumlahnya lebih sedikit lah. And it is more easier to manage individual money compared to company's fund. Okay, when talking about fund, it will be in large amount and we need to invest the money so that the money will be grow. Okay, so how to manage fund or money ni kita akan guna arts. Okay, arts ni is based on our intuition, our creativity and also science. Science ni we are talking about scientific punya procedure. Okay, it involve a lot of formula. So you need to expect that we are going to learn few formula on how we can apply the formula to manage our company's fund. Okay, boleh faham tak setakat ni? Is it okay? Boleh tak?
Okay.
Boleh ya?
Boleh.
Okay. So saya teruskan. So individual should manage well his money to make sure that he will have enough money. So this is the key point. Why we should manage our money. Whenever we need the money, we have the money. And for organization, for firms, it will be more crucial. Lebih penting lagi, okay, lebih critical lagi because managing money ni is important factor yang akan guarantee the long-term survival. So the survival of a company is based on how well manager manage company's fund. When talking about company's fund, sometimes kita akan ada shortage of money, insufficient of money, and sometimes kita akan ada excess of money, extra money. Okay. So what we are going to do with that money ataupun that fund. Okay, when we have extra ataupun surplus of fund, we need to invest the money. And when we have deficit of fund or shortage of fund, we need to get financing. Okay, so that our company will be grow and we will avoid the company from being bankrupt. So most important things on how we should manage money adalah untuk avoid our company from being bankrupt. Kita tak nak company kita jadi bankrupt because as manager kita gagal nak uruskan keuangan syarikat. So in this subject kita akan apply few technique. Okay, when talking about technique, it involve formula macam mana kita nak manage well our company's fund. So that kita punya money ni, kita punya duit ni akan grow, company kita akan survive. Okay. Okay, so talking about finance, word dia adalah finance, keuangan kan. So finance is a broad area, satu bidang yang besar. And in the field, dalam bidang ni ada 3 interrelated area. The first one is financial management, second is investment, and the third one is money and capital market. Okay, so ni kita punya subject is focusing on the first area of finance. We just focus on this area on financial management. It involves how to manage fund of a company. Okay, when we talk about company, it involves all form ataupun all types of business. Semua jenis perniagaan daripada sole proprietorship kepada partnership dan kepada corporation. So basically dalam dunia ni kat mana-mana negara pun when talking about business ada 3 jenis. Pemilikan tunggal, partnership dan juga corporation. Okay, and also on government. Kita boleh juga apply the techniques on how to manage fund for a government. Okay. So when talking about financial management, like I said before, sometimes we will having short of fund and sometimes kita akan having excess of fund, lebihan tunai ataupun kurang tunai. Okay, maksudnya we manage cash flow of the company, cash in and cash out, duit masuk dan duit keluar. Okay, and when we have a short of fund, kita kena get financing, mendapatkan pembiayaan. Okay, so saya prefer untuk use word financing, not loan ni, sebab loan ni akan involve riba, interest. Interest ada riba kan. So when talking about loan, dia adalah on conventional finance. Okay, saya prefer untuk kita guna word financing. So bila kita ada short of fund, what we need to do as a financial manager adalah untuk getting financing. Sama ada daripada debt financing ataupun equity financing. Okay, when talking about when we have excess of fund, kalau short of fund kita dapatkan financing. When we have excess of fund, lebihan tunai, what we need to do adalah to invest the money. Okay, and then comes the second area. Invest the money maksudnya second area adalah investment, pelaburan. Okay, when talking about investment, investor can come from individual, person who having an excess of fund. Kita lah sebagai individu having excess of mungkin 1,000, 1,000,000 kan, 5,000, kita boleh jadi investor dan juga institutional investor. Yang ini adalah investor yang melaburkan duit yang bukan dipunyai oleh individu. Maksudnya institution ni pooling money from public. Contohnya ada kat Malaysia ni kita ada tabung haji, kita ada KWSP, kita ada syarikat-syarikat takaful kan, yang mana this company pool fund from public. Apa lagi? Mutual fund company, unit trust company, company-company ni semua yang mengambil deposit daripada individu kan, dan mereka invest this money. So they are known as institutional investor. Okay, so people invest to get fund, to get return. Talking about investment, the most aims adalah untuk dapatkan return from the investment. Okay, then bila kita cakap pasal investment, come the third area. Talking about money market and capital market. Okay, so money market and capital market is a market where securities are traded. Securities ni adalah financial asset. I'm sure that ada few terms yang baru didengar. Contohnya Ustaz Din, biasa tak dengar perkataan capital market, money market? Ustaz Din dah biasa berlagu.
Aja tapi tak faham. Pernah dengar tapi tak faham.
Pernah dengar. Syafiq, ingat lagi apa beza money market dan capital market? Belajar dah ni masa degree. Tak ingat dah?
Money market and capital market
Ingat tak?
Tak ingat apa.
Tak ingat. Aizat tahu tak?
Capital
Ingat
market.
tak beza ni? Apa agak-agaknya?
Ingat lupa jugalah.
Okay, so tadi kita kata financial management ni is managing our cash flow. Kan, duit masuk, duit keluar kan. Okay, so bila kita manage our cash flow, kita akan ada sama ada excess of fund or shortage of fund. Short of fund kita kena dapatkan financing. Financing ni kita boleh dapat daripada dua cara, sama ada debt ataupun equity. Okay, so bila kita ada excess of fund, lebihan tunai pula, takkan kita nak simpan dalam laci je kan? Saya selalu sebut dengan budak diploma, kita ada excess of 1 million, you put in the drawer. Boleh tidur tak malam tu? Lepas tu kunci drawer tu balik rumah. Boleh tidur tak agaknya malam tu? Tak boleh kan, in terms of security pun tak ada kan. Jangan kata dia akan grow kan, memang dia akan hilang lah kan. So what we need to do when we have an excess of fund is to invest the money. Bila talking about investment, kita kena tahu where to invest the money. Okay, where to invest? Sama ada kita nak invest in physical asset ataupun financial asset. Physical asset are tangible asset. Whereas financial asset are securities. Financial asset ni adalah securities. Kalau pernah dengar perkataan securities, pernah dengar perkataan financial asset. Financial asset adalah kontra kepada physical asset. Maksudnya financial asset ni adalah yang intangible. Okay. Paling mudah nak faham dia sebenarnya dalam bentuk dokumen. When we invest in a security, maksudnya we invest in a document. Contohnya apa? Bond kan? Share, unit trust, mutual fund, semua tu bukan physical asset. Semua tu is just a document. Okay? So talking about investment in a security, ada dua market yang kita boleh invest. Sama ada money market or capital market. Okay, money market is a market where short-term securities are traded. Whereas capital market are market where long-term securities are traded. So beza di antara money market dan capital market ni is in terms of the maturity period of the security. Okay, money market is for short term and capital market is for long-term security. So if we have an excess of fund and we do not need this fund within 1 year period or above 1 year, kita tak perlukan lebihan tunai yang ada ni, kita takkan guna dia. Kita takkan guna within 1 year or more. 1 year or more. Maksudnya tahun depan pun kita tak mungkin akan gunakan, 2 tahun lagi pun kita tak mungkin akan gunakan. So what we need to do is to invest in a capital market. Okay, sebab capital market ni adalah di mana security jangka panjang diniagakan. Contohnya macam bond. Kalau Islamic bond, sukuk lah. So kita invest lah dengan membeli sukuk. Sebab sukuk ni jangka hayat dia lama. Maturity period dia melebihi setahun. Okay. Just in case kita ada lebihan tunai and we need this money within less than 1 year. Mungkin dalam tempoh 6 bulan lagi, 8 bulan lagi, kita perlukan semula this excess fund. So what we need to do is to invest this money in a money market. Money market are market where short term securities are traded. Maksudnya security jangka pendek yang mempunyai tempoh matang kurang daripada setahun. So kita berbalik kepada bila kita akan gunakan semula duit ni. Kalau lebih daripada setahun, kita belilah security dalam capital market yang diniagakan dalam capital market. Kalau kurang daripada setahun, kita akan gunakan semula duit ni. So kita jangan beli security dalam capital market. Kita akan beli security dalam money market. So these are 3 interrelated area dalam finance. Boleh faham? Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay tak?
Boleh.
Okay Boleh Sikit lagi kita teruskan sikit. Okay, this is basically penerangan lagi lah untuk FM kan. So FM is principally concerned with making financial decision. So keywordnya kita nak belajar on making a good financial decision. We must make a good financial decision. Sebab apa? Bila kita ada short of money pun we must make a good financial decision. Talking about getting financing kan. Sama ada kita dah guna debt yang banyak and we should opt for gunakan equity pula. Okay, sebab taking more debt ni adalah riskier to our firm. Generally kita tak boleh ada debt of more than 40%. Okay, general rules adalah debt ratio kita must be less than 40%. Okay. When we have an excess of fund pun kita kena buat a good financial decision. It's either to invest the money in capital market ataupun dalam money market. Okay, so why we must make a good financial decision? Because our decision akan ada effect on value of our firm. Okay. So this is a concern of our investor. Investor mesti nak kita manage well our company so that kita ada high value. Okay, our company have a high value. Okay, so basically we must make a good financial decision because this decision will have an influence on the value of our company. Okay, so FM relates to creation and sustenance of the economic value ataupun wealth, wealth of our firms. It cover use of the best method. Ni lah yang kita nak belajar teknik-teknik ni supaya we can choose the best method to evaluate various alternative and make the best decision. Okay, to choose the best decision. So FM can also be defined as management of cash flow. Yang ni saya dah sebut tadi. The cash flow, we are talking about inflow. Major activities which bring the inflow to the company is from our sales. Okay, and also the outflow lah. Kalau talking about outflow ni ada banyak jalan. Most of the outflow is from our purchases of the raw material, then operating expenses macam payment of salary kan, our rental, semua ni adalah outflow. So we must manage both the inflow and outflow. Okay. A firm which unable to manage its cash flow efficiently would end up by with having problem. Ni yang kita nak tak nak kita nak avoid. We must avoid of having problem in meeting its short-term obligation. Short-term obligation ni basically loan that we need to pay within 1 year period. Maksudnya less than 1 year. And financing of our long-term investment. Okay, is FM being important for all? Ni ada satu soalan yang kita fikirkan bersama. FM important for all. All ni maksudnya semua yang we are talking about business Sekali lagi saya ingatkan we are not learning on how to manage individual money but we are more concerned on managing company's fund. So when talking about all ni, it means all function of the business. Okay. So the answer is yes. Of course, FM is important for all. Absolutely for 2 reasons. This is the main 2 reasons. So we need to have a knowledge of finance to make many personal decisions. Even though there is a word personal, it refers to all function in a business. Okay, including of accounting, finance, legal, okay? Because all these department have financial implication. All department having their own budgets. So FM is important for all individual and all function of a business. Okay, let's move to the goals of financial management. Okay, the primary goals of FM, okay, is to maximizing shareholders' wealth. Okay, this is the key word. Okay, maximizing shareholders' wealth. We must make a good financial decision so that we are maximizing our shareholders' wealth. Okay, maximizing shareholders' wealth is translated from maximizing the stock price. So when financial manager make a good or a wise financial decision, it will be translated into good image for the company so that there'll be more demand to buy the company's share. Okay, so the price of the share will be increasing time by time, day by day. So that's translated into a high value of a company. Okay, bila value of a company tinggi maksudnya we are maximizing shareholders' wealth. Okay, sebab shareholder sebenarnya beli saham tu pada harga yang rendah. Let's say RM1 per unit. Even though kita tak beli per unit kan, kita akan beli per lot kan. Biasanya ada 200 lot ataupun 1000 lot kan per apa ni? Untuk satu lot share ada 200 unit ataupun 1000 unit. Katalah RM1 per unit buying price kan. So when company when financial manager of the company make a good decision, company tu akan grow. Bila grow, there'll be more demand to buy the share. for that company. Okay, lebih banyak permintaan untuk membeli saham tapi shareholder tak nak jual. So automatically the price will be increase. Okay, harga semasa akan meningkat melebihi RM1. Okay, maksudnya bila shareholder nak jual saham tu, dia akan melebihi RM1. Maksudnya we already maximizing shareholders wealth dengan cara kita maximizekan share price of the company. Boleh faham? Okey tak?
InsyaAllah boleh, insyaAllah.
Boleh Syafiq dah left ke? Tak ada lagi. Okey. Kejap saya tengok slide ni jap. Okey, saya rasa saya nak stop kat sini tapi saya nak bagi task sikit untuk ni. Boleh tak next week datang dengan jawapan in your opinion, sebab tak ada jawapan yang betul dan salah pun untuk 3 soalan ni. Boleh tak salin soalan ni dan cari sedikit jawapannya untuk kita bincangkan minggu depan. Yang pertama, do firm have any responsibility to society at large? Adakah syarikat yang ada ni, kita kata kat Malaysia atau kat dunia ni, mempunyai tanggungjawab terhadap masyarakat?
Okay.
Yang kedua is stock price maximization yang saya cerita tadi kan. Maximizing stock price ni baik atau buruk untuk masyarakat? Dan yang ketiga, should firm behave ethically? Patut tak company ni bertindak secara beretika? Tak ada betul dan salah tak untuk soalan ni. Saya buka lah untuk perbincangan kita masa kelas fizikal minggu depan.
InsyaAllah boleh.
Ustaz mungkin boleh bawa sikit daripada syariah punya perspektif. Boleh Ustaz?
Apa dia? Betul?
Boleh tak Ustaz bawa sikit daripada jawapan untuk 3-3 ni daripada perspektif syariah? Ustaz bidang syariah kan?
Ya, insyaAllah boleh. Saya try.
Saya tak ada apa-apa background untuk syariah ni. Saya pun nak belajar sama-sama nanti.
InsyaAllah. Boleh.
Aizat, okey tak Aizat? Dapat tak 3 soalan ni?
Dapat.
Okey. So Aizat pun mungkin boleh bawa sikit daripada perspektif Islamic banking. Kan?
InsyaAllah.
Dalam firms ni mungkin kita boleh anggap bank ke kan? Syafiq, dapat tak 3 soalan ni? Saya pun tak sure sebenarnya Syafiq ada atau tak.
Dapat.
Oh, dapat. Okey Syafiq. Okey, so jangan berat-berat sangatlah pasal soalan ni. Just kita nak lontaran idea je supaya kita boleh lebih berinteraktif lah kot insya-Allah minggu depan ya. Kita akan jumpa secara online. So boleh tak kita stop dulu kelas dekat sini? Ada apa-apa yang nak kita bincangkan ke sebelum kita stop kelas? Kejap saya buka balik kamera. Ada apa-apa yang kita nak bincangkan?
Boleh puan.
Boleh ya? So saya akan ambil attendance lah untuk hari ni. Saya anggap yang datang Ustaz Din, Aizat dengan Syafiq. So 2 orang lagi kita tunggu. Sekejap saya tengok Telegram. Tak ada apa-apa khabar berita lagi 2 orang tu. Saya akan anggap dia orang absent dululah. Melainkan ada apa-apa excuse lah nanti. Okey, insyaAllah kita jumpa di UIS 6.30 petang hari Jumaat minggu depan. Okey, kita tangguhkan kelas dengan tasbih kafarah dan suratul as. Terima kasih hadir kelas hari ini. Semoga Allah berikan kita keampunan dan jannah insya-Allah. Amin. Itu saja daripada saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat Hari Raya Aidiladha.
Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat Hari Raya Puan. Terima kasih Puan.
Sama-sama. Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat memasak.
Nak teruskan memasak lah ni Ustaz.
Memasak.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Terima kasih Puan.
Sama-sama.